you stop asking God for help, or we stop asking God for help. So the second consequence is that we stop asking God for help. It is a big problem when we don't ask from God. It is a big problem when you stop asking God for help or asking help from God. The Bible repeats many times. The Bible repeats many times that in everything ask. Everything ask. Praise the name of the Lord. So the Bible repeats ask. Praise the name of the Lord. Remember that God wants to help you. So praise the name of the Lord. So when you stop asking from God, it's a very big problem, because God always wants to help you. Depend on God and life will be easier. Praise the name of the Lord. Depend on God and life will be easier for you. Praise the name of the Lord. The Bible reminds us, for we don't have because we have not asked. Praise the name of the Lord. You don't have because you don't ask. Praise the name of the Lord. Practice prayer. I want you to practice prayer every day. When you practice prayer every day, and you will learn how to ask and depend on God. Practice prayer and you will learn how to depend and to ask on God. Many people, when they stop asking from God, they begin to feel so independent, and begin to feel as if they are masters of their own, and for that reason they don't see the need of asking God for help. But I want you to understand that there is a very big problem when you don't ask from God. There is a very big consequences. There is a consequence when you don't ask God. Praise the name of the Lord. The Bible reminds us to ask God in everything. Ask God, because God, He really wants to help. God is willing to help us every minute, every moment. If you don't express your needs to God, you are not growing in trust in Him. If you don't express your needs to God, you are not growing in trust with God. If you don't express your needs to God, you will not grow your trust in God. Believe in the power of prayer and God's goodness. I want you to believe in power of prayer and in God's goodness. Praise the name of the Lord. If you don't express your needs to God, you are no longer growing trust in God. How does that mean, or how do I mean? Remember, as a child, if you really want to know that your parents loves you, that your parents, they really care about you, the only thing you do when in terms of need, you go to them and tell, Mom, Dad, I need this, I'm in need of this, and they will give you, of course, because they are your parents. So every minute you have a problem, or any time you need something from your parents, and you run to them and you ask them, and then give you begin to grow trust in them. You begin to grow trust in them. For example, for instance, I will give you instead with a small child, a child, even when it's not their parents, if you want now the child to grow trust in you, just begin whatever the child asks you, do for that child. Whatever she asks you, Mommy, Auntie, do me this, and do for that child. Trust me, whether you are the parents of that child will begin to grow trust in you. And it's the same thing with us. For us to grow trust in God, we need to ask. We need to express our needs to Him. We need to express ourselves. We need to express. And for that reason, we will grow trust, much trust in God. Remember, as I said, when you stop asking from God, when you stop trusting God, there is consequences. You stop asking God, you stop trusting in God. And when you stop trusting God, when you stop asking from God, you begin being dependent. You begin depending on yourself. But remember, you should not do anything on your own strength. Because trust me, without God, you cannot cannot do it. Without God, I cannot do it. So you should never depend on your own strength. You should never depend on yourself. You should always ask from God. You should always ask help from God. Before you take any decision, before you do anything, ask God for help and He will show you. So there is a consequence when you don't